What's going on, Icon fam? BigJerr, back with you guys again. And today, we're going to start off a two-video series. The first part, we're going to be getting into a little bit of music theory, where I show you how to take any triad and make it into an extended chord in a pretty easy way. And then, we're going to take that in part two and make it into a nice cinematic cue and show you how you could take that, MIDI clip and layer it and build it out into a whole situation. All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, that was just a little look ahead to the end result of what we're going to be building. But before we can get into all that, we have to understand what extensions are and how to use them. So what are chord extensions? So extended chords are built off of thirds and extend triads to sevenths, ninths, 11ths, and 13ths. 13ths are the farthest extensions as it represents all 7 tonal degrees. We can see in the diagram what this actually means. So before we jump into Ableton to kind of illustrate this, let's take a brief second and figure out what a minor scale is before we start to add extensions onto chords. So we're going to be in A minor, okay, no sharps or flats, and a minor scale consists of whole steps and half steps, right? Every natural minor scale will be the exact same. So a whole step is 2 half steps, so 1, 2, and then a half step is 1 half step, right? So 1 key, okay? You could think of a whole step as 2 keys, so from here, 1, 2, and then a half step would be, 1 key. So this is our pattern, right? So we start with A, we go a whole step, we go to B, half step takes us to C, whole step will take us up to D, another whole step takes us to E, half step takes us to F, whole step takes us to G, another whole step takes us right back to A. Okay, so now we've got ourselves a natural minor scale. We know what it is and how to create one. Let's jump into Ableton and start building out extensions. So here we are inside of Ableton, and I've got a little keyboard here. So when I play a note, you should be able to hear it and see where I'm playing it. Great. So let's go ahead and review our A natural minor scale, the one we just built a few moments ago. And I'm going to put numbers to each one of the letters. So A1, B2, C3, D4, E5, F6, G7. Now, the way I usually teach this is a octave, because I want you to understand that there are only 7 different tones in this scale. So this A is the exact same as this A, just an octave higher. But if I want to start talking about extensions, then we can add extra numbers. Like this could be considered A8 if we're talking about extensions, okay? And here's why. So this B would be a 9th, right? It's a lot like the 2nd, but it's above the octave, so it becomes a 9th, okay? This will be the 12th, this is a 13th, okay, 14th, and it continues that way, all right? So I'm gonna jump back and forth in between MIDI and the keys here so we could see what's going on. Now, what I've done is I've actually drawn out all the notes in the A natural minor scale, but it expands beyond the octave, okay? Cool. So when we're building chords, you kind of follow the every other note rule, right? So if we're building an A minor chord, it would be every other note. So we have A, then the next note would be C, then the next note would be E, right? Every other note. Great. Root, 3rd, 5th, okay? Well, I could add on to that by adding a 7th, okay? There's my 7th. So now I can continue to extend the every other note concept by adding a 9th, right? So we have a 9th now, okay? And you're kind of seeing where this is going, right? So let's jump over to the MIDI and let's see what's going on here. So if we do the every other note thing, we'll be able to see full extension, okay, clearly here. So we got A, we just learned that every other note, we're going to take away B. Now we've got C as the 3rd. Okay, here's the 4th, but that's not part of the chord, so let's get rid of it. Okay, here's the 5th, great. Here's the 6th, not part of the chord, but here's that 7th we built. Here's the eighth or the octave, right? And now we're moving into extension land, right? So here's the ninth. We'll leave that guy there. Okay, 10th, no big deal. The reason we get rid of the 10th, right, is because it's already acknowledged right here as the third. We don't need a repeated note because a repeated note is not an extension. Okay, so now we've got D, all right, great. We've got our E represented here already. And then we are back at the top, really, okay? So now we've got all of the notes represented. And that's really interesting. If we jump back over to the keyboard view, if I could play this with enough fingers, we've got this root, third, fifth, seventh, ninth, 11th, okay? And then the 13th is the last note that we could play before we get back to the octave. And I just don't have enough fingers to hit that the way I'm playing it right now. So you could see that a fully extended chord is actually all the notes in the scale, which is pretty amazing. Let's take some of this knowledge and see how we can apply it with maybe a little hack that I've got for you. All right, so we're going to be in A minor today because, again, when I'm explaining new concepts, I like to keep the things that are controllable controlled, right? So we've got no sharps or flats. Let's not worry about that. All right, great. So chord progression is going to be a 1, 7, 4, 3. And in the key of A minor, we've got A minor, okay, G major, D minor, okay, and then C major. Okay, those are our chords. Let's hear what they sound like. Wicked. I wanted to keep this nice little motif, this down, down, then we went up and then down, down. So I just wanted to keep that shape going. That's where my mind was on that. Cool. Great. So let me show you a nice little hack to take advantage and to take the fear away from extensions. So let's go ahead and open up a new MIDI clip with Shift-Command-M. Okay, and then if you remember correctly, in the last time we spoke here, we talked about multi-clip editing and how we could use that to kind of hack melodies, right? Well, let's use that same concept to help us hack our harmony this time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select them both, and just as before, we see them both pop up here, right? And if I pop over to the yellow, that'll be our new clip. I'm going to adjust my grid with Command 2. Okay, bring myself down and add my pen tool with B. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and add our extensions. I'll make this a little bit bigger so we can see the names of the letters here. Okay, and here we go. So in this particular one chord, 1, 3, and 5 are represented right here, and we want to add our extensions. So let's go for the 7th, which is going to be G. Okay, so then we got our 7th, we got our 8th, 9th will be B. Okay, 10th, 11th is D, okay? 12th, 13th is F. So we've got all our extensions right here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and deactivate all of them. So our next chord, G major, okay? So G, B, D as our triad, okay? We're going to keep building onto that. So we're stopping here at the 5th, 6th, 7th would be F, okay? Cool. 8th, 9th is A, yep. 10th, 11th puts us at C. 12th, 13th is going to be up at E, okay? And at this point, it should start becoming pretty obvious that we could see these guys stacking up here in this every other note fashion. Awesome. So now we've got our D minor, right? Great, so D, F, and A, okay, bring us to the 5th. Okay, so 6th, 7th would be C. Okay, 8th, 9th would be E. Okay, 10th, 11th would be G. And then 12th and 13th, again, up here on B. Delightful. Okay, let me just get up to the top there, and we'll go ahead and deactivate these guys as well. And finally, we're at our C major, okay, the 3 chord. So C, E, G brings us to our triad, okay? So the G would be the 5th, 6th, and 7 brings us to B. Okay, 8, 9 is up here on D. 9, 10, 11 puts us on the F. And then 12, 13 brings us right up to A. Okay, so at this point, we have all of our extensions done here. I'll go ahead and deactivate them, and we can start getting into our hack now. So if we look over here in this example, you can see that I've already kind of done it. Let's take a look at how it happens, and then let's build it together. Okay, so let's check into here, and you can see that I've got all my extensions lined up right here. I was jockeying them around a little bit to, you know what I'm saying, to find the right voicing. But they're all the same notes, and I'm going to show you how that happens. And let's go ahead and listen to the result. And then we're going to go ahead and create it ourselves. Cool. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. And let's go ahead and do that again. So we're going to go over here, and we've got our extensions, right? Let's open these up a little bit, and let's go ahead and try a couple of these, right? So let's hear what the 7th sounds like. Let's go ahead and try this guy. Sounds real nice, right? In fact, in my opinion, they all sound really good except for the 13th. You might love the 13th. I usually don't, but maybe there's a case where I will. So anyway, the 7th is great. My favorite is usually the 9th. I like the 9th. I like the 9th, the 11th, and the 7th. Ooh, pretty nice, right? And then here's our 11th. Really nice. And then our 13th usually sounds a bit clashy to me personally. But these three are great. So let's go ahead and just start out with this one here. It might not be the same one that I did before, or, it doesn't matter really, right? That's really nice. Actually, I think that is the same one I did before. So let's go for something different, right? Let's try on the 7th first. Nice. And then maybe let's... Ooh, really nice. So now here, check this out. You see these guys? I'm going to want to pop these up. That's probably what I did in the other one. Cool. Go for E. And I'm using this top line here, this extended chord line, as my melody, because as humans, if we have a nice chord, right, nice big chord, we hear the note at the top the most prominent. So I'm using these extensions to really shape my progression and sort of tell a bit of a story. Ooh. That's all right. So this is kind of cool. See, what I've done here was the chords have a motif of going down, and it looks like our extensions have a nice motif of going up. Let's see how that works. Nice. Not bad. And if we don't love that guy, let's try A over here again. Maybe we pop back up. There's no wrong answers, right? Try a D over here. Ooh, actually, I really like that. Let's hear that guy. Nice. There it is. See what I'm saying? And with this little hack, it's great because, you're not worried about like playing the chords. Like I said, when you're learning new concepts, it's good to control the controllables. So instead of sitting down and being like, oh, I'm not very good at the piano, plus I don't understand this extended chord concept, that's a recipe for moving on to something else, right? But if we take away some of the fear, like the playing part of it, and I give you a hack here like this and options, then you could experiment with these until you find the right feel. And then hopefully, after a while, this will just become second nature and it's just another skill that you've acquired. All right, guys, I hope you found this useful. And next time, we're going to be getting into making that cinematic cue that you heard in the beginning. We're going to take these as seeds, and we're going to now layer in instruments and make it wicked cool. All right, guys, stay tuned to this channel because we always have fun stuff going on. All right, catch you soon.